Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you a review on the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. So I've been using this foundation for about a month or so now, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. So I just wanted to share with you guys my review on it and let you guys know what I think and kind of show you guys how I apply it and how it looks on me because I am literally obsessed with this foundation. So this foundation comes in 16 different colors, which is pretty amazing for a drugstore foundation. I'm going to read to you a little bit about its claims on the Maybelline website because I cannot obviously remember everything. All I know is that it's like a full coverage matte finish. But on the website it says it's a tone plus texture fitting foundation for the ultimate natural fit. Mattifies, erases pores, and matches natural tone for normal to oily skin. I really agree with the fact that the color absorbs your skin tone because so I have two colors here and unfortunately they're both way too dark for me. This one, number 115, is like, I think it's like the third color in and I legit need to be like on the lightest shade. So ignore the fact that it's a little bit pink on me, but the thing that I like about it is that it looks really pink at first, but as I blend it and it kind of oxidizes and blends into my skin tone, it kind of fades and looks like it's just my skin color. Because like, I feel like it's a little bit obvious that it's a different color, but I don't know if you guys can even tell on camera, but like if you look at my chest, I'm just like obviously a lot lighter than my face. It's the beauty of makeup, I can get like a fake tan, so I'm just gonna roll with it. So on the website, it also says that while some foundation can exaggerate pores and oily skin, only our pore minimizing foundation contains our genius blurring micro powders that erase pores and absorb oil for a naturally matte and poreless looking finish. So I'm going to agree with the claims that it is like really good at mattifying and like filling in pores because when I wear this all day like at work and whatnot, my face is a little bit shiny but it's not really like greasy like it usually is like if I use a really hydrating foundation or a foundation that isn't going to be mattifying. So I feel like I'm talking a lot and I feel like it's a little bit unnecessary, so let's get to the good stuff and let's start applying this foundation. So if you guys are interested in seeing my demo slash review on this foundation, go ahead and keep watching. Please excuse my face, I literally just rolled out of bed and I feel like I look like a hot mess, but I really wanted to film. So just excuse my like half asleep face right now, we'll just have to get over that. So I already put a moisturizer on. I've been using the Tarte Guard moisturizer a lot lately. This is really good because it has SPF. That's why if you look at the bottle, it's like really white on the side because whenever I'm putting it on my face, I have the SPF moisturizer on my fingers. And then when I touch this, it gets on here. I'm not trying to clean this every time I use it, so just ignore the fact that it looks like crusty, but it's just the SPF. I'm going to go ahead and prime half my face so we can see if the primer makes a difference with the foundation. Today I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever Step 1 Smoothing Primer, and I want to kind of give you guys a little tip while applying it. So a lot of people always feel like smoothing primers don't work or primers that like fill in their pores don't work. But a lot of the time, like the way that you apply it is what makes a big difference. If you warm it up in your fingers kind of like this to kind of heat it up, you want to do that to kind of like warm it up, and then you want to press it into your skin. So wherever you have like enlarged pores or anything that you're wanting to smooth out, you want to like literally just tap it and press it in, as opposed to like rubbing it around, because the more that you rub it around on your skin, the more you're just kind of blending on the top layer. And when you press it like this, it kind of pushes the primer in a little bit further, so it really helps to like actually smooth your pores out and not just like be on the top layer. So as I said earlier, I'm just going to put the primer only on this side so that we can see if it makes a difference. I really like the idea of priming one side to see if it helps with the foundation, because in my other like foundation review videos I haven't done that, but I feel like that is going to make a big difference. Alright, so this side right here is prepped with the Makeup Forever Smoothing Primer. Now I'm going to go ahead and start applying the foundation. To apply the foundation, I'm going to be using my favorite. It's the Sigma F80 Flat Top Kabuki. Literally all-time favorite foundation brush. Like this one and the Morphe M439 are my like two absolute favorites if we're talking like affordable brushes. So since this foundation comes in a little like thing like this where you can't squirt it, a couple different things that I've done to apply it. A couple times I've like actually poured it on here, but I feel like this way applies way too much foundation and you end up using way more than you need. So what I personally have been doing is getting like a little Q-tip like this and taking a little bit and just kind of stippling it a little bit on the trouble areas or where I want the coverage the most, and then just blending it all out. Please tell me I'm not the only one that like applies foundation with the Q-tip like this at first. I feel like I'm like a caveman right now, but I promise it works. Because these are so cheap too, so I always just use them and then just... Oh, I just missed and I got foundation on the floor. Oh shit. Okay, now that I have foundation on the floor, I'm going to go ahead and blend this out. So when blending it out, I'm not going to like rub it around that much because I don't want to like spread it around. The thing that I like to do is like stipple it, and if you don't know what stippling is pretty much just like pressing it like that, and that's the best way to actually like build coverage, because this is the foundation that you need to like build coverage with in the areas that you need it. So I'm just going to go ahead and just like press it all into my skin. And then after I press it enough and kind of like am happy with the way that it looks, I'll very, very softly buff it in a circle motion. But I like to stipple it at first to kind of build the coverage, and then buff it after just to like diffuse it and make sure there isn't any like edges or whatnot. So as you can see, this foundation does a really good job at covering up discoloration. But so for like the parts where I have acne and like texture, I feel like it doesn't cover that much. That's why you kind of have to go in with another layer and kind of build it in the designated area that you need it. So I'm probably going to go ahead and add a little bit more kind of on the forehead area, because I don't know why, like that's the area that I break out the most. And it is literally annoying because I'm not like, I don't have hair on my forehead, so I don't understand why I break out so much. Like, what is it? Is it stress? What is it? It's probably stress. Because you know this bitch is always stressed out. Let's see. Yeah, so as you can see, like, I have a big zit on the center of my forehead. Let's try to remove that. So I'm just going to go ahead and add more on the forehead where I need the coverage the most. And then maybe a little bit in the T-zone. So now that I've applied a little bit more, I'm going to go ahead and blend it out. So with the second layer, you can see the coverage on my forehead's getting better, but I think that I need some more coverage. So let's go ahead and add some more. Oh my god, I didn't realize that I had this all over my hand this whole time that I've been applying this foundation. Ooh. I've never had this happen before. I don't know why I like have it all over my hands and the brush, and like I spilled it on my carpet earlier. I'm like a hot mess. This is why I shouldn't film the second that I wake up, because I'm like literally still 87% sleeping. So bear with me please. I gotta clean up this mess and then I'll get back to blending this foundation out. Okay, now that I'm not wearing half the foundation on my arm, let's get back to blending this foundation. So to be completely honest, like when I look in the mirror, I don't see a difference between each side. Like it doesn't look like this side is like smoother or anything. I mean, it makes my skin feel a lot softer and it makes the foundation kind of apply a little bit easier, but the way that it looks in the mirror, to me, it looks almost the exact same. But let me get a little bit closer and see if I can tell. Yeah, like honestly, I'm not gonna say that it looks dramatically different, because it like realistically looks like both sides are the exact same in my opinion. That's why, like, me personally, like, some people like shit their pants when they hear me say this, but I don't always wear primer because I don't know, I like primer, I use it occasionally, but I've never found a primer that like makes me shit my pants when I use it. Like, I always just feel like I don't notice a difference at all. Like, I don't know, I feel like because I have really oily skin, the more layers that I wear on my face, the more that my foundation like rejects and like separates. So personally, I like to skip primers, but I don't know, I like to try them sometimes to see if I can like randomly find a miracle primer. So now that I am done applying the foundation, I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup, then I'll be right back to show you guys the final look, and I will let you know my final thoughts and opinions. So I am all done with my face, and I absolutely love this foundation. Still, I'm not noticing a difference between the primed side versus the not primed side. I don't know if you guys can tell a difference on camera, but to me it looks like it's the exact same. But I love the full coverage matte finish of this foundation. The only thing is that to get like a really good full coverage, you have to build it up like I said when I was applying the foundation, but that's not that big of a deal because it makes it apply a little bit more nice. It doesn't make it get cakey. But for anybody looking for a really good full coverage matte finish foundation, I really recommend this if you want to get a good affordable one. This is very comparable to the Kat Von D Lock-It foundation. It's comparable to the Tarte Amazonian Clay as well as the Lancome Teint Idole because they're all four pretty much like full coverage matte finishes. But if you just don't want to spend that much money and you want to get more of an affordable one, I would do this Maybelline Fit Me one for sure. So yeah, this is going to do it for today's review. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you guys have any requests on further videos, make sure you leave them in the comments below and I will read them and check them out. Also, make sure you are subscribed to this channel and following me on all my social media. I will link everything below in the description box. But everything is at Brendan Eska, so it's pretty easy to find. But yeah, so until my next video, I will see you later.